I'm Kohiyar speaking. This is Tiger Valley near Panchgani, near about Meher Baba's cave. This is the Tiger Valley near Panchgani. Very near about is Meher Baba's cave, where I will now take you to. You can see below the rich rice fields, terraced plantations, and the recently made road leading to Satara from Panchgani. When Baba came to the cave first, there was no road like this. This has been recently built in new road. From the villages below, people came to help Baba dig where the village people came to help Baba and the Mandali to dig the cave. And now we are going towards the cave. This is the narrow path leading to the cave where the Mandali and Baba had to grow every day. Now we are near about the cave. In late 20s, Baba got the cave dug in, and the Mandali was required to be out of the cave even in the night time. Baba sat all by himself. At present you would see some bars to the cave, but when Baba was here, there were no bars. Actually, the bars were put in when Elizabeth Patterson was using the cave for some days. Now, I'll tell you how Baba asked me to lock up the cave, because someone was misusing this cave, and Baba found out somehow that it was being misused by some person. And so Baba asked me to get it locked properly, and he asked me to keep the keys. Now I'm going to open the lock and the keys which Baba handed over to me. Now I shall tell you how Baba asked me about the locking of the caves. Well, it so happened that a person posing himself as a saint was misusing the cave for his own purposes. And Baba asked me to find out who this person was. I was staying then at Mahabaleshwar. So I came to Panchgani and found out that actually a person was misusing this cave to propagate his own work. And so this man was asked to go out of the cave. And later on, I informed Baba accordingly. Then Baba said, you better get the gate to the cave properly fixed in. At that time, the gate was also mishandled by someone and broken up. So I got the cave properly fixed up. And then Baba said, you better get a big chain and get the thing locked up. Then I argued a bit with Baba. And I said, Baba, I'm staying in Mahabaleshwar all the time. And suppose if someone again misuses the cave, I will be held responsible. So Baba, better not hand over the keys to me, and it will be better if someone in Panchgani looks after the cave. Well, Baba felt disappointed with this argument of mine, and he said, look, Raj, I'm handing him over the keys, and he doesn't want this. So he didn't like that. Well, then later on, after some years, lot of foreigners started coming in and getting interested in seeing the cave of Baba. And at that time, in one of my visits, I found out again that some local people had started scribbling in the cave, and which was not at all to my liking. So I said, after all, Baba was correct. And my son Shiraz also told me that it is better that we lock it up this time. So Shiraz came over to the cave. He got the cave painted again, and then we got a big chain, and then later on we locked it up. Now I shall enter the cave and show you from inside. Actually, to the cave, as you will see, there is a very tiny door from which one has got to crawl in like this. And then this is how we come to the cave. This is the inside of the cave. There is also a picture of Baba, which Shiraz put in here now recently. It has withstood some monsoons very well. Is it as it is? No damage has been done. We have very vigorous monsoons here in this mountains. It rains almost up to 300 to 200 inches in a year. And so Baba got one big gutter dug in right on top of this cave, which is on top, and so that the water seepage should not be there. Sometimes some serpents also come in the cave, because I know this because once when I came along with Erach and Aloba to this cave, Kekup leader was using this cave as per Baba's orders, and that was in 1955, and he told me a huge serpent was crawling inside the cave when he was sitting in. The serpent then went by himself without being disturbed. There are at times panthers also and leopards in this valley, but nowadays a lot of forestation has been cut off, and as you will see in the pictures, this local population has grown in some rice, etc. Although I disobeyed Baba in the beginning for not keeping the cave locked, later on I found the point, as I've already described, that the cave ought to be locked up, and so I'm now keeping the keys of the cave with me, and the cave is locked up. I'm also looking after the upkeep of the cave. From time to time it needs little upkeep, because after the monsoon some water seeps in and it needs some painting now and then, so which I look to. Now I am leaving the cave and going home. This is the tributary of Krishna River, the big river which joins the Bay of Bengal far, far away, crossing the whole peninsula. When Baba came along to Mahabaleshwar once, he took us to Arthur Seat, near about Mahabaleshwar. This is a famous point in Mahabaleshwar. And Baba pointed out to us to two rivers taking source there at that point. You might be remembering, or you might have seen the famous picture of Baba leaning against some railings near about Arthur Seat. That's a very famous scene in States, I believe. And there Baba told us this beautiful story of these two rivers. One river is Savitri. It's just a small trickle which takes the source near Arthur Seat, and which joins the Arabian Sea which is hardly 40 miles away from that spot. And the other river, as I told you now, Krishna, is also taking its source from the very same place. It's actually a watershed there. So now this river Krishna has to traverse the whole peninsula, crossing about several thousand miles to do so. And it goes right across the peninsula to join the Bay of Bengal. Now what is the significance of these two rivers? So Baba explained, the one, that is Savitri river, has a guru, and it has held on to the daman of that guru. That's why it goes to the God-man immediately. And this other river, Krishna, goes by itself, and that's why it meanders throughout the peninsula, and it takes a long time and such a lot of pain to join the source, that is the God.